Morning, everyone. I am Anju, Senior Director, Sales and Partnerships at Builder, and I'm here to talk about role of AI in software development. Before I proceed, I would like to thank Global Huddle for setting this amazing ecosystem where businesses with similar interest can come together and share ideas. We are in a world today where technology is changing almost every aspect of our lives. The way, the way we eat, to healthcare, to transportation, education, almost every aspect. And a lot of this is driven by AI. But just think of a scenario. In most of these industries, you have small businesses and large ones. But would it be fair to expect some of these small businesses to understand technology to be able to bring their ideas to life? While large companies have options to set up teams, resources, but do small companies have same privilege? And not just that, right? Even with large companies, and I'll just share an example, an HR team is expected to change HRMS with change in technology, etc. But do we really expect HR folks to start writing the code from scratch or learn coding? We can't, right? And in all of this, our vision is to ensure that everyone should be empowered to unlock their true potential, irrespective of what they know, what they have, and what they are afraid of. We also have a mission that our future generations should not be dependent on understanding or learning technologies to bring their ideas to life. While we are talking about almost all the businesses changing or getting impacted by AI or technology to some extent, imagine the kind of digital demand this creates. But we have a problem. Problem is that almost 78% of projects end in failure, most so custom projects. And the reason for that is, the biggest reason stands to be demand and supply mismatch. Globally, there's a need of about 500 million developers to a very, very linear supply of give and take 40, 50 million developers. Now imagine the gap. The other biggest challenge is the way we gather requirements. Have we really delivered to the way customer expected? To quality issues and standardization, transparency, and other things. So while we talk about the demand and every business trying to change, the other aspect here is to also look at the options that they have today, or anyone who's trying to build a new software. Now, if you were to do so, you had an option one. You would probably go to a low-code, no-code company or a SaaS provider. The benefits of a low-code, no-code platform or a SaaS platform is that you can quickly start the project, and most of these, because they are priced at per user, they're sort of cost effective, for some time. But if you were to customize this, but if your solution was something that you needed customized to you, or something that really has to be highly scalable, they do not turn out to be great options, and especially low-code, no-code platforms, because the entire heavy lifting of building the backend still stands with you. So your next best option is probably to hire a team. But is that an effective solution for everyone? Can you really set up an army of tech resources if software development is really not your core business? Or then to go to a software development company and start building your idea with them. Now comes that major problem of the projects failing and everything that comes along the way. But if you, and even with software development company, the other parameter why it's not really a very effective solution is because every time you go to them with a requirement, the code is written from scratch. And imagine if, with the kind of demand we are talking about, how do you make the process efficient if every time you're writing this code from scratch? So clearly, there's a need to have something in between, maybe a platform that can take benefits of something that has been already done before, and that comes to a point of automating everything that has been done before and not really spending human efforts on or time onto redeveloping the same thing over and over again. With that, I would like to introduce Builder.ai, exactly a platform or a category that sits in between your traditional low-code, no-code, and custom dev. But how do we do all of this? And what is really the AI in Builder.ai? Let's start with an example. If someone has to build a software, the first thing is requirement gathering. What is requirement gathering? Requirement gathering is a process where someone is explaining what software needs to be built, and on the other side, you have a human trying to scope out the project. And in this process, you write features and what exactly these features are doing in your software application. Now, if every business is getting transformed, and with so many new businesses coming in picture, is it really still the most effective way of writing the scope documents where you are doing it still so manually? I guess not. So in order to solve that, what we've done is we've introduced AI, and the name of our AI is Natasha. You can talk to her and you can chat with her where you can describe your idea. And while you describe the idea, she looks into our historical data where we've built knowledge graphs influenced by Google's knowledge graph. And we call them templates. So she looks for templates which are similar to your idea. Because most of the businesses that come to us today come with some reference point. I want to build a project management dashboard like maybe Asana. I want to build an app like Uber. I want to build an app like Zoho. So most of these companies come with some references. So she looks into the database or into our ecosystem and checks what are the templates that we have similar to this idea. Now, once a template is picked up, or if there is no template, we can always do that from scratch. But once a template is picked up, it is a real-time way of doing a scope document where she comes and recommends the feature you need in a particular software. Each of these features already have a description aligned to it. And all of this is linked with our LLMs and other things. So when these features are coming from our existing library of 600 plus features. Now a lot of you would have seen that all the apps that you have on your phone today has common features, maybe login, notifications, Paytms. So clearly 70% of all apps has common features, and it's really that remaining 30-35% which is unique to a software. So this is exactly what our AI is doing. She's picking up features from the library which are common, and then we are building features that needs to be written from scratch, which is really unique to the software. And while this is happening real time, you can get your scope document out while you're chatting with Natasha, and if your software is slightly complex in nature, you can do that along with our product expert. And I imagine in this scenario, you can have hundreds, thousands, and any number of customers doing that in parallel, because you really do not have a human trying to scope this out, and then you are guided by AI in this process. Now comes the next stage, after you've gathered the requirement, you start writing the product roadmap. Product roadmap is a journey which you set up, which is sort of a journey that you create for your app to go live, which really is the backbone of your project, because what you write during the product roadmap stage is what really becomes the output of your project. Now, even here, we have automations in place where our AI helps, to write user stories, etc., along the features that needs to be developed. Then comes the design phase. Once again, we use automations or integrations with systems like Microsoft DALL-E, where we use the most effective way of producing designs and templates to reduce cost and timelines. We have our own design library system that has templates in place, and these templates can be customized exactly to your need to bring the best designs possible and which is related to your business. Once that is done, we move into development. Once again, our AI has automations in place where she can build on code, and comes testing. We have built our own testing tools that takes care of all aspects of testing, from a smaller app to an enterprise grade app. And then the other parameters of taking the app like scaling, delivery, etc. Now, the most important aspect here is that how, with AI in place, anything that traditionally was taking about 45 to 50 weeks to come in development, today is taking about 5 to 10 weeks or maybe 15 weeks, for a slightly more, detailed project. Now, with all of this in place, with the existing libraries, with all the automations that we have done, we've seen that we are 6 times faster than traditional methods. We are our dependency on people is 4 times less. We are 70% cheaper to traditional methods. When I talk traditional methods, I mean either software development companies who are writing the code from scratch, or low-code, no-code platforms. And we can, some of our softwares can be shipped as fast as 60 minutes. If you're a small retailer looking for an e-commerce app, we can make you go live in about 60 minutes. We've proved this in form of, in form of the category that Gartner has published us. Now, because we are so unique, Gartner is now creating another category for us to be able to place us, not with others, but somewhere in a unique category. And we also have a testimony in form of revenue. Builder has been one of the fastest company to touch 100 millions in revenue. We are already a unicorn. So if you're anyone who's looking to change your business and is planning to probably add AI into your existing business, please reach out to us. We have a booth here, and we would be happy to help. Any questions?
Hello, my name is Hari. I'm a journalist. I just wanted to touch on one aspect you were talking about. You said 70% of the work can be done by that one. Does it mean there will be a reduction in the labor in that proportion? 75% of the coding team need not be there in future for?
So see, if you look at how technology has evolved over a period of time, anyways, the amount of code has reduced. It's not really about whether the number of people are required or not. It's about how coding in itself is changing. You can now produce code real time rather really writing the tables and everything. So I wouldn't want to comment of number of people, but it's the way technology is changing. You really do not, for example, as I was saying, right, e-commerce app. We can make an e-commerce app go live in about 60 minutes. But does that mean that we are not scaling? It's not true, right? The number of retailers equally are going high. Now every business we today also expect our fruit seller to have an online presence, which was not there in the past. So it's a matter of speed and efficiency rather number of people. Any other question? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we have a booth outside. Please visit us if you have any questions. Thank you so much.